Oh, so much to do, so much to see. Alright. Greetings and salutations. Oh, can't get comfortable today. Like I haven't been comfortable in ages. Alright. Do we want to be in a live stream chat? Yeah, let's get in a live stream chat. Why not? What else are we doing with our day? Alright, greetings and salutations, everyone. Of course, my name is Samius. We are with Javabot this morning. Playing some Dungeons and Dragons online. Let's get our nasty roll out of the way. Yeah. 100, please. Okay, pretty close. Pretty close. I'll take it. 97, not 100, but close enough. Friend of mine, LJ, he decided we were out throwing axes a couple of weeks ago, and he decided that my superpower is that as long as I call my shots, I can do anything. That's seems likely. But then I take like this massive penalty to whatever it is that I'm calling my shot on, and I just like screw it up real bad after. So it's like I get a plus 1,000 to my roll, and then I get negative 1,000 for I don't know how some undetermined period of time after. Sorry, I started a little late this morning thinking that I could get this gunk out of my system, but apparently not. I hate kind of having this blah feeling. The blahness. Alright, so a couple things I actually have to take care of this week, probably today / tomorrow, is I need to remember to make at least one character for holding some extra resist shrines. It won't be that big of a deal, just I'll make 1 or 2 characters. I have a couple of old bank characters also that their inventories can be cleaned. And we'll probably do that as well. Anyway, yesterday I did not stream, but I did sporadically play a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons, and I played a little bit on Saturday here and there. So you may notice we've got a little bit of a level jump here. We're level 11. Excuse me, with XP for 12. So we're starting on Ravenloft stuff here. It took me a little bit to get the gear kind of sorted for what makes sense. Kind of hit the highlights for you. We're wearing the Silent Avenger set, including the Docent, obviously. We're still wearing the Raven Eye set. And then, with a little bit of extra work, we're also cramming in the Adherent of the Mist set, including, unfortunately, like the Keylock ring, which is fine to wear if you are using things like the Sweet Cinnamon Cloud, and maybe your trapping skills are not ideal, like mine are. So it's close. My rune arm does not have to be a heroic adhere to the mist set bonus, but it can be. Just to kind of make things even. And then I built a slightly different trinket for Java here. Bigger intelligence, deadly 5. It does have insightful intelligence 2, which this Ring of Nightfall also covers. But if I get to the point where I switch this ring out for something else, then we'll have some options. Alright. Death House. Death House! More than meets the eye. So Java has been struggling here and there with Reapers. We actually had a couple more deaths than I would normally care to admit. But not crazy amounts of issues. We're running a medium experience elixir. We cashed in some small Eberron Dragon Shard fragments. I asked Tobrel to loan me like 1, and he actually ended up sending me all of his. So that was kind of nice. So he actually sent us 11 doodads worth of potions.
We've been here so long.
So we can definitely try to get Java caught back up here. I think we'll have plenty of time to get it done before the update, assuming we put in a... Well, I shouldn't say plenty, because it'll probably happen on Wednesday, right? Now, since they've formally made the announcement. So we'll have to... We have today and tomorrow to kind of get her done. So we'll have to see. We may be a little short. Got to make sure we give our guy plenty of time to heal us. And we also got to try to keep him aggro free. Obviously, as soon as we take level 12, we get this massive power increase. So it is possible that the right decision is to go ahead and take 12, but I think we're going to try our best to hold off. Kind of play the wait and see game. In other news, hopefully we'll be getting a little bit of an opportunity either this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon to work on the bus a little bit. I'm going to try to do a bunch of weird stuff today. If I can, I will have like a really, really short video update kind of talking about it. But basically, long story short, I have a bunch of planks that we cut quite some time ago that need to get stained and ideally hung in the bus, and I don't currently have them stained, nor do I want to stand outside in the freezing cold. I'm sure there's also probably a possible problem with applying stain in the cold, and I don't want to have to run the heater out there non-stop. So I'm just gonna bring them into the kitchen table, work on them in there. So again, I've not done this before. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to the bus, but I'm faking it. Fake it till you make it. So hopefully we'll have a little video update on that soon.
We can rest here once you get rid of the monster in the basement.
Shouldn't there be like... I guess it's the next batch of stuff. Semi-important notes for Java. Oops. I took a few extra points into the racial enhancements. He doesn't have any free ones. Java's never been anything but a Warforged. So pretty soon I'll be able to hopefully take this inscribed armor out. And then, like I said, I'm trying to put the occasional extra point into Healer's Friend just to kind of help with our healing problem. I'm not sure that it's going to actually do any good, but it's that or I boost my reconstruct. I'm glad we noticed this Famine Reaper this time. We're actually there's been a particular, I think it's a Plague Reaper.
On top of the
I think the Plague Reapers actually have been causing us problems. I want to be close enough to the NPC that hopefully he decides to cast the healing magics on us every once in a while. Perfect. But ideally not so close that accidentally getting himself in trouble. Looks like a few more people in by now. What is going on? Just not very many people watching Dungeons & Dragons Online this morning. Okay. Did our tweet go out? Sorry, I'm just making sure our tweet went out this morning. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all we can do. We put out our tweets. We got our various messages running. That's it. Right, this is where the ghosts come out and play. Okay, none of them are shenanigans. You found shenanigans behind us, though. I guess I need a death ward after all. I guess need might also be a strong word. Would not be unhappy with. How about that? Let's just take a peek. Alright, I don't see any Reapers spawn right there. Gonna move our helper back here. Again, same thing. We just want to be close enough that we can get the occasional heal if Highland decides to throw us one, but also close enough that or far enough away that he doesn't get himself in trouble. The real test of a hireling driver.
Stinks.
Hey, go get him, Frankie. I don't think it's gonna matter that much, but it costs me nothing to have Arcan Shrine up there. Put him on hold. When we notice that his bar has gone full, we can
robed apparitions surround the altar,
have him join us.
chanting, "He is the ancient. He is the land." The ghostly chant suddenly changes. One must die. One must die. Norgoth the Decaya, we awaken thee. The robed figures vanish, and something stirs in the water.
Now, I had to go steal the key lock ring off of Samius, if I remember correctly. I believe the key lock ring comes out of this quest. So we could use a key lock ring this morning. Dare we call our shot? Dare we continue on our epic toil of calling out loot shots? Let's do it. Key lock ring. Oh, so close. This one's special. One. Technically it is a special. Alright. I'll still take it. Don't get me wrong. I'm more than happy to slide that into my goodness slots. I don't really have much else going on this morning. None of this particularly excites me. Although red slotted hand wraps are always kind of nice to have extras. Yeah, okay. You got me. You got me. This is a quest that I'm actually a little bit more worried about. Is Fresh Baked Dreams over here. Old Bone Grinder. See what happens. I feel like there's a lot of danger.
Voices, ragged and carping, come from the other side of the window.
This particular quest.
Peasants with joyless faces and vacant eyes wait in a line. An indistinct murmur passes among them at the sight of an outsider. The rest of these peasants are unlikely to leave. They stare sullenly, spitefully at you.
Alright, we're going to put our hireling here. We're going to try very carefully just to pull things back.
A wolf howls in the distance. Its cry echoed first here and there. The wind whispers treacherously among the upper boughs.
We'll almost always overpull this fight in my experience. Javabot does not have the ranger lives that Samius has, which is a big part of his damage actually. When you're talking about 6 extra damage every shot, adds up pretty quick. Alright, are we... yeah, here's some more. So we could pull that group down there, but I think we want to just be careful. Stuff will tend to come to this bridge. Give it another second, see if anything else comes running. If not, we'll start over here. I don't see anything, so let's... Unlike Samius, we are doing a lot more stand still. Probably not correct. It's also a pretty good possibility that I may, at least in part, have the option to break my set. Unlike Samius would never break his set. There would never be a reason. But there's several times where a Dose of Defiance may come in really handy. Quests like this may be a perfect example. A place where there's enough trash that I could just stand still. Non-magical trash. Again, that's never been an option for Samius, so it's hard telling if it would be something that we would be interested in doing. I do not know who that is. Probably some telemarketer bullshit.
Those are not petals where we have between the necklace. They are human teeth.
The flesh is already right here. Nice. So now we just gotta find Ghost Girl.
Beyond recognition, so savagely has it been mangled by wolves.
And we want to go slow. We're gonna have to deal with shenanigans here. We're here first. Yeah, I want to get the Will-O-Wisp first, if whenever possible. Ghost Girl would have spawned if she was here, right? She must be on the other side. Haven't checked my Slade yet. Uh, 44. Yeah, I feel like it's low 40s is when she spawns. Let's just go check over here. Up. You target her. Let's see where our up. Yep. Okay. Perfect. See what I mean though? Like, if we fired off DR30 right here, like all this would be 0 damage. It is possible that in situations like this, that the 5% double strike would be fine to lose. Should take care of that problem. We'll go around the back way.
The ghost's story appears to be true.
I guess not to go through the back way, go through the front way.
Morgantha addresses
Let's get
the
over
gathered
here.
peasants from up on the wooden platform.
Be off already! Shoot!
She says,
We've no more pies. How many times must I tell you?
Like they tell us all the time, so lady.
Morgantha looks down at you.
You poor
Got
misguided
2 minutes left on this.
soul.
It's far off
You
my
thought
one of
that
these
they
as well.
did not know?
Morgantha howls.
Enough of this! Kill him, and you'll feast on outsider pies tonight.
That was not good. Should have moved on him earlier to protect him. It's not the big deal. I can. There's no big problem, but not the point.
Pie makers within the window.
Okay. Pardon me. Oh. Okay, so this is the bad news.
Mad cat becomes
So we've been having problems with
44.
Reapers in particular. Basically being able to dodge around. Now I think we just lost. So he's gonna try to res us early. We don't have a... Yeah, that was that was an unfortunate series of events for us right there. But that's the exact kind of like problems we've been getting into. This is re-going. We should get our fresh. There it is. I just don't know how to deal with stuff like that on Java. This doesn't have the litany of past lives to kind of fall back on to just help power through that kind of stuff like Samius does. Start Reaper stuff. We're up to 9 points. Making progress. It'd be nice to pick up a slightly bigger pile. But say la vie. Unfortunately, that means we have to do that quest over again from the beginning. If we can get the Reapers out in the big open areas, that's fine. It's encountering them in trap spaces like that where it's a problem. Alright, take 2. It's important to try to keep a positive attitude when you run into situations like this. like, sometimes you'll you'll encounter a quest where, especially in Reaper mode, where they've got you, and there's just nothing you can do in a useful or meaningful way to kind of deal with it.
Peasants with joyless faces and vacant eyes wait in a line. An indistinct murmur passes among them at the sight of an outsider.
Wow. A lot of low rolls here.
The rest of these peasants are unlikely to leave. They stare sullenly,
Right.
spitefully at you. A wolf howls in the distance. Its cry echoed for
Several batches of wolves here.
The wind whispers treacherously among the upper boughs.
Yeah, I should probably have grabbed the Dose of Defiance. I can't remember if it's level 12 or if it's level 11. I feel like it's level 11 because it's an armor. We gotta keep this stuff off of the healer if at all possible. He'll heal us as long as he can. At least in theory. I understand how that guy did not take that hit. I had a feeling that was too far. Red names. I want to make sure that we fire off an occasional blast just to make sure that the general aggro is on us as opposed to the higher. Start creeping around again. 30, so we need a few more.
Those are not pebbles filling the air between the megaliths. They are human teeth.
Saw something running off out of the corner of my eye. like a werewolf, but don't see it now. And the NPC is not taking extra damage, so. Not hit those guys, that's good.
This corpse is nearly beyond recognition. So savagely has it been mangled by wolves.
Alright, so we need a few more. Start heading back this direction. Kind of like key cards, right? Suspect she's gonna spawn over here again. Whoops. Better than that. We're like hung up. Kept us from getting murdered, I guess. And he's pulling the aggro around did also adjust the wolves, so we were able to get loose. It worked out in our favor, but that was far too close for comfort. I don't see her. What's her number? We are at 40. Jeez. Alright, so because Arkan's so low, I think we're gonna actually.
The ghost's story appears to be.
We're gonna deal with this thing, and before we go down, I think we'll summon Ellery to give him some DVs. I don't want to clear all the way to the shrine. It might be better. Feels close.
How many times must I tell you?
Morgantha looks down at you.
You poor misguided soul. You thought that they did not know?
Morgantha howls.
Enough of this. Kill him, and we'll feast on outsider pies tonight.
That's the last one. Now, for the pie makers within the window.
Alright, yeah, I think we'll give it a shot. Just with DV and Arkan. We're gonna have to get a little bit lucky, I think. So where Ellery continues to show her value. Guess we get killed again. Alright, well, on the plus side, there's not two Reapers standing here waiting for us, which is I know what we needed to not happen. So in that sense, we got lucky for sure. Yep, I worked on them the other day. Instead of working on stuff I should have been working on, instead I worked on them. I'm also really surprised that they didn't, they didn't make you go through the approval process. Which means they've either... I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about it other than what little bit I fiddled with it last week. I don't know if you have to, like, use them while you're, like, as part of a message. Like, I don't know if the point costs are, like, adequate, because if you have to, like, spend 1,000 points every time you try to use one. So I just don't know.
Her daughters cut down before her. The hag Morgantha flees the windmill. All of this, whispers Valentine as the oil spreads across the floor and then catches fire. Filling the wick up on the hill ahead, Morgantha performs a prayer for aid, and then something answers.
Like I said, I kind of think you have to use them in the part of a sentence. See, like part of a message. You're like, word this. That's not it. I don't know. Do I have to approve them? Oh, if I have to approve them, this is probably not a thing that happens, right? I don't know. I hit the approve button. I don't know if that actually does anything or not. Again, you now know about as much about it as I do. I want to make sure I get her knocked out for sure. Or she would run just as I'm about ready to.
The hags are dead, leaving behind them only the
So now even if I fail,
voice chants.
it's not the end of the world.
You old stones. And another worldly cry of anguish echoes in the woods. The air is unsettlingly still, as if an unseen door.
It's weird. I don't know how ankle deep water is slowing me down so much. And I'll try to remember to look at it some more later. It's the thought that counts. Well, that was part of it. I had a really tough time just trying to figure out what else to put in there. So I put in the Samus star that I was mocking up for one of the t-shirts. And I honestly don't remember what else was in there. I did 3, right? Oh yeah, the Vorpal shoe. The Vorpal slipper. I'm gonna pull these guys back as few numbers as possible here. You know, for as little time as Shu spends actually watching people's streams as opposed to just like lurking in every channel, he probably knows the ins and outs of it. Ask him about it. Yeah, I think it'll be Wednesday. They announced it'll be this week. I don't think they'll wait until Thursday. Now, I thought maybe they would. I thought they'd wait until Thursday, but that was before they made the announcement over the weekend. So with the announcement on the weekend, I think it'll be Wednesday. If the if they waited to announce it to today, I think it would have been Thursday. But since they announced it over the weekend, I think it'll be Wednesday. Which means to sometime today, I'll have to prep for the resistances being gone. It's gonna be a pain. How much time do you have? Oh, yeah, 12 minutes, you're fine. Could have waited. Alright, so
Madam Eva's
2,
words
3.
echo in your mind. An artifact, a trap, a friend. But will you know which is which when you find it? Swells of organ music.
So if we
fraught with
do this
defiance,
correctly, which
determination,
is iffy at best,
reach your ears.
put our hireling right at this doorway.
As you step into the dining hall, the music abruptly halts. The stern, regal man turns to face you. Please, come in, my honored guests. I am, of course, Count Strahd von Samius, your host. Strahd's laughter
Come on, open the door.
echoes across the hall, and his form dissolves into mist.
No, he's not going to open the door in time.
Shut. It's a trap.
Now he's going to get killed. Yeah. And not. I probably will now. I was hoping to not have to. Again, keep in mind that if I'm trying to play Java as close as I would to Samus, and Samus generally doesn't care, he would have been able to go through there and take care of business. I guess I don't have a hireling folder on Java. That does not sound like a parrot. Well, that's the point I'm trying to make, is like, I've got significantly more past lives. In fact, I even talked about it earlier, that there's just going to be times where even if you have the same mentality, you're going to run into a brick wall because they are vastly different. You know, I mentioned that Java doesn't have any free racial points. You know, so I have to spend these points to get the healer's friend up and running, and the inscribed armor. I've got it, like, these are all real points. This one's not, but these are real points. Which 9 minutes is a real cost for Java. You know, again, same thing with the Reaper enhancements. Now we're running all over the bloody dungeon.
Madam Eva's words echo in your mind. An artifact, a trap, a friend. But will you know which is which when you find it? Swells of organ
And then
music,
we gotta go to
fraught
the
with
stupid
defiance,
razor room.
determination, and despair reach your ears and fill the corridor ahead. As you step into the dining hall, the music abruptly halts. The stern, regal man turns to face you. Please, come in, my honored guests. I am, of course, Count Strahd von Samius, your host. Strahd's laughter echoes across the hall, and his form dissolves into mist. The door slams shut. It's a trap.
But also, if you can get that door open, then that room is quite simple to do. But I've been having problems with the hirelings opening that door the last 2 or 3 times I try to do it, and end up having to do it myself. And I'm not really sure why. Here, archery. Oh, I see bad things. Should have another group attacking us from the above here in a second. Kind of interesting. We're just tore into him. Shoot. No, not that door. I don't know if we're gonna have time to get out. Okay, good enough. What? So we go through all that time with them not being there, and then we step outside and then poof, they're there. That seems fair. We not get our weapon switch? Not. Honestly, don't know if we're better off using reconstruct scrolls or heal scrolls. Probably slightly advantageous to do Reapers or Reconstruct Scrolls still. I think we're getting 92. Thought I had Heal Scrolls somewhere on me. Maybe I put them back. Let's jump back in here and give this another go. Rats. What is with Fey Touched all of a sudden becoming tough? They're no big deal for so long, and now all of a sudden they're real problems. Poor decision what his is too. He's trying to move to days. He keeps trying to go to days, and then he'll stay up until like 3 a.m. his time. But I saw you guys up in the easily distracted group. So we're going to the bathroom here. Yeah, you stream. I didn't see the stream pop up. Alright, so down to the servant quarters. And you have to go to the main entrance. Wow, they decided to give Java like all the tough, didn't they?
If Esmeralda had not told you of the ward barriers around the castle, and the keystone
Okay.
needed to escape them,
Fair, I
finding the
guess.
icon of Ravenloft would be all for naught.
Let's go through this room. Are we gonna come back here? I think we might. Hard telling.
An intricately carved brazier lights this space with a flame that seems to give off no heat. Metal statues regard the flame from either side.
Okay. So now I'm pretty sure to do this you have to click on this, right? So we'll find out.
In a flash of fire, you are teleported. There is a spiral staircase across the room, suggesting you are in one of the castle towers. A great rumbling shakes the floor, coming from below. When you
Nice.
open the eye,
Every once in a while it's good
a
to like
silver statue tumbles out and
trust
lands
your
on the cobblestone
noggin.
floor. It is the icon of Ravenloft.
Alright, so now we need to
A sense
go
of peace washes over you as you hold the
to
icon
the,
of
to
Ravenloft
the
in your
cellars.
hand and stow it securely in your pack.
Alright, so we just need to go basically out. I don't want to jump down there though. Guess we'll go to room. Guess we'll go here. It's as close to the servants' quarters as anything else. This isn't where I clicked. This is the third floor. Clicked on the second floor. Guess there's a spinny blade trap there that may or may not have spawned. Alright. For all the running around we had to do. I think we're finally in reasonable shape here. Guess we just detour to the beginning now. Yay!
Find the ward keystone under a loose stone slab, just as Esmeralda promised. Merely touching the stone should allow you to pass through the wards at the main entrance.
This is gonna suck. Poor Java. The only way is the hard way with little Java, I guess. Clear whatever we can get cleared, I guess.
Just as the way out comes into sight, you sense movement above you.
Oh man, did I get all 4 of them
Isn't
too?
done with you yet.
Nice. I hear him, but I don't see him. Can we get you further away? Nope. Looks like the guy will heal us here, so we'll just turn on our auto attack and stand still. Alright, well, I thought he was going to heal us down here. There he goes. Hey. You want to cast that healing punk on us there, big boy? Thank you. Alright, so I guess I looked out and I didn't see all 4. I only saw 2. Although I'm pretty sure I saw 4. So only having to deal with 2 and then 1 and then another one is actually not that bad. Well, I feel like we luck sacked through that. What's our time on our XP potion? Alright, we got lots of time.
With the keystone in hand, you step through the castle wards unhindered. You check your bags.
It is a nice
Sure
pile of
enough,
experience,
the
this
icon
quest.
of Ravenloft is still there. You have done it.
I didn't check the
With a sigh
time
of
though, I
relief,
probably should have.
You wonder if you will cross paths with Esmeralda again.
Alright, let's see. We're 57 and 2/3. So we need 2 1/3 ranks. Should probably head out to the desert. There's so much experience there as well. I'll switch some things around slightly. Pardon my exciting hairstyle. My ears are getting cold. And I don't want to deal with the extra brightness, although still got a little bit of extra brightness going on. I'm going to wear a logo. I should put it over the right spot. There's some interesting rumors for those of you who may be Punisher / Daredevil fans. Okay, mostly Daredevil fans. Rumor is Disney is actually looking at resuming Daredevil. And while the rumor is that they'll keep the cast the same, and they will not, decanonize the other series, the Netflix series. They just won't reference it. Which I think is kind of an interesting way to handle the situation. I hope that holds true. I hope that's how they decide to do it. I really enjoyed that series. I'm actually tempted to log in AS400, or not AS400, sorry. Fumblebot. They're basically the same character. Just on 2 different accounts. But tempted to log in Fumblebot to hold some of these quests and just play them on the repeat loop. That my hireling had ran out of time. Checking my email complaints here. Can't use a Durham yet. This guy was doing fine. Arkin. know, just trying to find something to discuss while we're... This person's back. Are they going to do eggs again this year? Anyway, I wish I would have done something exciting this weekend. But I mostly just crashed out. To be perfectly honest, I kind of like laid around and did my best to not be awake. I suppose I could talk about Friday night's draft a little bit. Thanks to an old returning Magic the Gathering player.
Place of a once great hero. His remains and legacy long
He
since forgotten.
hate to sound like a real butt here, but he got his girlfriend at the time preggers, so he had to put his magic away for quite a long time until he got his life kind of back on track.
Voices echo through the halls of this lonely shrine.
Which he did a really great job of. He actually gave up a potentially going pro bowling career to be a mailman, which is actually a pretty reasonable career. I wish I could have done it. I tried. Too many numbers for my poor dyslexic brain. But anyway, so he's been coming back the last, I don't know, little while. Apparently he is bought into a standard deck for him and his son now. His son is, I don't know, probably like somewhere between 9 and 10 maybe. Maybe 8 and 10. And he was going to draft and his son was going to play standard. Well, there wasn't enough drafters to fire off a full event, which is not uncommon for this time of year, to be honest. The spring and the summer is actually better. I don't understand why for our drafts at the arena lately, but last couple of years. A lot of our drafters have moved to saving money by either just not drafting altogether or move to arena. But anyway, so this young man his dad's like, no, you can draft and I'll, you know, whatever, it's fine, we'll figure it out. I get the other judge who's busy playing Commander to help us out, do a little bit of overseeing / pick suggestion. Something I normally wouldn't do, but come on, 8-year-old doing his first draft. Give him a shot. Give him a hand. So first couple of picks, Jackie helped out. and then they finally kind of like solidified into a deckite concept of black touching green for like a early Panucleos or something. If I remember right. And double gray merchants. So I guess, whoa, I guess there was a window in the draft. I didn't see it, but I heard it happening, where this young man ended up in a situation where he was at 1 life, and his opponent was, I don't think he was at full, but he was close enough to full that it did, you know, it didn't matter, close enough to 20. And this young man slabbed a gray merchant for 9 or 10 or something, like some big number, and then the next turn untapped and slammed another gray merchant. Didn't kill his opponent, because his opponent gained some life somewhere along the way. He must have been at 23, because when I looked over he was at 6. So he like untapped, slammed. Anyway, so basically this guy goes runner, great merchant. But failed to attack to finish the game, apparently, was the issue. But it was the room just like went like almost everybody was over there watching the match. It was the last match out of the round. And of course, you know, you have 2 relatively inexperienced people playing against each other. Johnny, the guy who normally runs the shop or helps run the shop, he things were pretty slow Friday, so he was like, I get a draft this week. Sweet. So yeah, he drafted. And it was him versus the kid. And again, Johnny doesn't get a draft very often. Doesn't get to play very often either, but drafts even less. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting Friday Magic just because of that interaction. By the way, this was also during I believe either right after or right during the call for time for the round. So yeah, I'm hoping at some point I'll be able to draft the Gray Merchant deck. It looks like a lot of fun. But basically, the kid missed it. He had his Pokémon on the field and had the opportunity to kill Johnny's life linker with Pokémon, and then Gray Merchant him out basically. As I understand it, the win was on the table. He just didn't see it because he was tired and just didn't know what he was doing. Speaking of Magic, tonight is supposed to be Monday Night Magic. Assuming I don't start feeling worse, I'll probably do that. Which means we'll probably get started around 9:30 tonight. a little bit of a programming note for those of you who are usually around in the evening stream. But I'm gonna try to assemble some. I don't know if they're gonna be popper per se, but I think I'm gonna see if I can't assemble some sort of standard deck out of the common uncommon junk boxes. Maybe with just a couple of rares thrown in from the freebie stuff. Let's see if I can't we have a couple of younger kids that have been coming lately to the shop, and there's a lot of times that they can't play anything because they don't have decks, or they don't have decks for the right format. So I'd like to try to assemble a couple of decks for the shop that are inexpensive and at least moderately competitive. I think the mono black devotion deck from the standard might be something to piece together. I'll have to look at that tonight. So for those of you who are Magic the Gathering fans, if you have budgety type decks that you would recommend for Modern, Pioneer, and or Standard, I would love to see your lists. That took a long time. It did take a long time. 11 minutes. A lot longer than it should have been. Yeah, we have at least 3 kids that have been, maybe even 4 that have been coming lately. They'd play Magic if they could, but they don't have Magic decks, so they've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh instead. I feel like we need to convert as many of those Yugi kids into Magic kids. We have a strong Yu-Gi-Oh community, but I feel like the people who play Yu-Gi-Oh are not how to say this without sounding like a big old bully. Not always the most stable role models. And then the ones who are
This tomb is the resting place of Ramat the
a little bit
physician.
more together. I feel like they do tend to look out for themselves first over the kiddos.
The fetid air inside this tomb is stale, but cooler than the burning sun outside.
We have one young man who's pretty challenged, and I guess he or another gentleman who's is a Yugi player, but he's not handicapped like some of these other Yugi players. And he talked about how he's made several $100s in favorable trades because this other guy was his next door neighbor for years, so just like made all these really favorable trades in his advantage. I feel like that's probably more the case in Yu-Gi-Oh! Than like Magic, for example, at least at our shop.
A torch lights this collapsed portion of the tomb, its weak flame threatening to blow out and cast you into darkness.
Blink. Can never remember if there's a collectible in that corner too or not. The answer is there's not, but I can never remember. Don't touch me, Mummy. I got enough problems in my life. I didn't even remember to grab a curse removal. Well, I've been looking at them, but I didn't actually put them into my backpack. $68 mysterious fragmentes. Not bad. This encounter right here is sometimes pretty rough. Really wish that this could just be suppressed on the horse so I don't have to worry about it. Do not mummy rob me. I already have enough problems. Feel like we luck sacked a lot of that fight. So how about you guys? What's going on with you? It's been really quiet in chat this morning. Which is fine. I don't mind covering all the conversation, but you know, it's always nice to hear from the chat. If people happen to be awake, paying attention. Hi, do we not get this? We're not allowed to engage. Not allowed to touch collectibles. Too many touching of things.
This decrepit chamber was built to hold the remains of the servant class.
Out of ammo. It must be a Carnage Reaper the way he's charging us. Keep turning. Okay. Okay. We good. We good now. Things do occasionally get a little crazy. A little rough and tumble.
The shuffle of bare feet across the floor alerts you to a walking corpse.
Yeah, I don't think this one's random. I think it's the next one that's random. This one's always the same. But the second I decide that's the case, I'll be wrong. Ghoul fever. There's the mummy rot, right? Well, at least for now we don't have it. We'll see if it stays. Hi, we're allowed to go up. Thank you. Drink up. Healing potions abound.
These dusty chambers contain the mummified bodies of soldiers, not the physician.
Well, it's not exactly the same, I guess.
Toward you.
Close, though. Nine minutes. Ugh, gross. Gross.
This tomb is the resting place of Ramat the physician. This impressive structure houses the tomb of the Wizard King. Within this ancient structure lies the tomb of the astrologer. begin your ascent into the tomb's inner chambers, you feel the walls start to close in and your heart race in your chest.
There's the mummy rot. Alright, we're gonna see if we can, if our NPC will just take care of our he'll take care of our mummy rot for us. Sometimes if you just like stand near them for a second with the toggle their active statuses around, take care of that kind of stuff for you. I'm getting heals, but I've not seen a remove curse yet. BioWare is trending for some reason. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to make it to level 12 today. I'm actually wiping out pretty quick here. So we can push through a little bit longer. Of course, it's easier when the chat is chatty. Oh, legs are cold. Move my streaming blanket around. Yes, I'm an old man with a streaming blanket. Could be worse. I could have a heated blanket.
This decrepit chamber
I've actually been
was
thinking
built
about
around
it
the
a lot
remains of the
lately.
servant class.
I don't know if it's actually been that cold. It has been a pretty mild winter so far, all things considered. Only had a couple of big snows. Alright, so he is fixing our mummy rod. Should be a treasure chest, like right. Oh, I guess it's on this side. There it is. Pardon me. My head is quickly reaching the go to sleep little Samus mode. Need to take a look at our projected build here again pretty soon. Kind of do some rough planning. Mostly the next 2 or 3 levels. We need to project when our base attack bonus is going to be 11. And decide if we are willing to postpone being able to take improved precise shot. Oh man, more Reapers. Should be a shrine like right behind us, right? It's good because I think we're gonna need it. We had 3 Reapers there. One of them was a Carnage. So we had a Carnage and 2 Famine Reapers. That's doesn't seem very likely. Don't know if he can give us a heal quick enough to matter. Take a siesta. Yeah, this thing heals us for 2. Should make like this massive reconstruct item. Just like switch into, so this turns into like 5. No, okay, so it must not have been a Carnage Reaper. Because the one I thought was a Carnage Reaper, this Plague Reaper went into. So the Plague Reaper acted like a Carnage Reaper. Man, what a beating. I wonder if we'd be better off using the disruptor. I mean, it is 2 chance to insta-kill, right?
These dusty chambers contain the mummified bodies of soldiers and elite citizens.
I feel like he's usually up here.
Kurash, the astrologer, rises from his slumber and shambles toward you.
I just feel like we owe them. They dropped their souls to try to eat them. A little bit of respect for the deads. All right, I think we're gonna do the Maraud the Mines, and we'll probably wrap up. I'm not feeling particularly well. Just a long.
Within this ancient structure
Get
lies
in
the
my
tomb of the
butt
astrologer.
kicked.
these mountains lie the Firebrand mines. The air in the mine is thick with choking fumes, its walls black with thorns.
Keep moving so you don't get fireballed or scorching raid.
An armored she-knoll growls the battle cry, chilling your blood with the shrill sound.
This Plague Reaper down them, I think we'll be in good shape. Everything else is not a big deal to deal with. It's literally the Reapers that are causing us all the problems today. Oh yeah. Well, let's fire this off first and then we'll switch off of it. Wow. This is like the most anti-us thing that the game could have thrown at us right now. None of the things broke. So we ran in here and threw a fireball for nothing. It's good to know. Come on, just keep sticking your head around the corner. See, this is what I was trying to avoid, pulling down everything. You know what? I wonder. And I wonder. What'd you say? What is our bluff? 24. Let's go ahead. Put it in there. Is it high enough to do anything? Probably not. Am I gonna try hitting the button every once in a while anyhow? I hope so. Sweet. 2 in the first one. Also probably not. Button. I hit it. We'll see if we keep hitting it. I'm down for it to like occasionally work and get a bunch of extra sneak attack dice in. Alright, so there's our black ingots. Now everything is just out of range. I think I saw it wiggling, but I don't think it's coming after us. Okay, do we get a heal? Aw, finally, thank you. And I think it would be nice to be able to add in our sneak attack damage if we actually, like, was able to sneak attack literally anything. What? No! I didn't pick up a fire opal. I realize I missed something. Fire opals. Great. I have no idea which ones are the fire opals. It just means that something didn't get picked up. It's not the 4. Okay, it's just this one didn't get picked up. Like, what a bunch of shenanigans. Alright, so that puts us at almost 50, almost 59. So we'll have a couple of ranks to do tonight. But I'm gonna scoot out a little bit early. Get a nap, try to
Buried underneath
get
these
things
mountains
going on.
like a firebrand mine.
My head is killing me. Alright, so let's take a look. Last I looked, Voodoo was on. See if Voodoo is still on. Looks like Voodoo's still on, so we'll throw it to Voodoo. He was just ice skating last I looked. Oh, but it looks like he's changed it.
By a rat.
So yeah, we'll throw over to Voodoo. Alright kids, I hope you guys have a good day. I do apologize for ending early. But I'm done. Cooked. Alright, we'll see you guys in a couple hours. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Toodles.